What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Shift on YouTube. Francisco Rojas here. Today, usually I talk about the league. I talk about Major League Baseball a lot. And most of this channel is about the league and the entirety of Major League Baseball and what I love about the game. But today, I get the exception of talking about my hometown team. You know why? Because I love my hometown team. And I found a topic that's kind of interesting. Touches a certain whatever that saying's called, where it just kind of poked at me and said, like, we need to talk about this. So Logan O'Hoppe, Phillies number 4 prospect this year, has been unbelievable the last month and a half. I mean, 13 home runs. He's slashing, just to get the numbers right, slashing 292, 405, 585 with a 990 OPS on the year. And I think like the last last month, it's been unreal. He's been a home run machine. You can go on Twitter, you can find how many bombs he's been hitting. It's been unbelievable what Logan O'Hoppe has been doing. And I'm really happy to see it. It's awesome because the Phillies haven't had good farm system prospects in the last 5 years. They have select few, and that's my whole point, is a select few. And you've had your Alec Boehms, you've had your Bryson Stotts, you've had your Mickey Moniaks, your highly touted prospects. Like, it's really fun watching these guys. I mean, certain guys are breaking out, certain guys aren't. And the Phillies traded away a lot of prospects. Sixto Sanchez, in deals and trades. But, man, Logan O'Hoppe has been unbelievable. The problem is, and I kind of did this in the offseason, man. The JT Realmuto contract still, I don't feel right about. I know there's people that are on both sides. I think there's more people who are on the positive side that like the JT contract and all this. And I like JT Realmuto. I love him as a catcher. He seems like a really great guy. He's a really good baseball player. Like, all this stuff. I love him as a bat for the Phillies offense. The problem is, I don't really think the Phillies are with this. Their ceiling is like a wild card playoff berth right now for the next couple of years, unless something drastically changes, like roster wise and stuff like that. They're still like just a wild card team. Nothing past like a divisional round. Past that, so you trade trade for JT Realmuto. You trade away Sixto Sanchez and a couple of other prospects. I think you trade away Jorge Alfaro. And then you sign Realmuto to the 5-year, $115 million contract. And all the fans were yelling for it. I get it. I understand it. But looking back on it, man, it's still like looking at Logan O'Hoppe, what he's doing, and eventually he'll get called up to the majors. Not this year, probably, but, in the future. And you got Garrett Stubbs, who's playing a good backup catcher. And then you got Donnie Sands in the minors. You also got Rafael Marchand, who's supposed to be a great defensive catcher. And, the value of catchers have dropped, in Major League Baseball. And, there are guys like Jacob Stallings, who's a really good defensive catcher. And, teams are really looking for guys like that nowadays. And not to say that JT Realmuto isn't, an important piece of this offense, but going forward in the future, man, I just can't help but think about it's these type of moves that really have upset me, and have kind of held the Phillies back for some years to come. Yeah, they might be a wild card team at best, but that's not what Phillies fans want. Yeah, we want a playoff berth, but we want to get to the World Series. We want to get to the World Series, and that's just not going to happen with this roster, man. And looking at what Logan O'Hoppe, has done for Double-A Reading over the past month and all this depth that they've had for at catcher, it's great to have depth at a position, but having depth at catcher, it's fine, it's good. Like, you'd rather have depth at that position than not have depth, but the Phillies could have, instead of trading for JT, you could have used that money, or not trading for trading for JT plus giving the extension. You could have had that money and built a roster around the other guys that you already have, and you could have built for the future still, and you could have had a more well-rounded roster. You could have had some more relief pitchers that this team needs. Look, Brad Hand's been good. A couple other guys have been good, but like besides that, like you could have, signed relievers, traded for relievers, or starting pitching, which I think the Phillies are also going to need. I mean, without JT Realmuto, like the Phillies offense is still good, still very good. So it's just, man, seeing what Logan O'Hoppe is doing, it's incredible. It's awesome. I am ecstatic to see what Logan O'Hoppe is doing, in the farm system. And he'll eventually get called up. He better. I mean, not this year, but eventually he will. And, it just sucks to see. It just kind of a reminder that, what Matt Klentak did. Yeah, he signed Zach Wheeler to that big contract, and that was actually a huge steal. Huge steal. That's the only good thing he's done. Besides that, he's done 99 other things that have been terrible. So for me, man, like, I just look at what Logan O'Hoppe's doing, and I'm happy, but I'm also like, man, it just reminds me that catchers, to a certain extent aren't as valuable as they once were. And we're looking at guys like Jacob Stallings and defensive catchers out there. That's what teams are looking for. And like, I like having a Rafael Marchand and, all these guys like in the minors. And it just makes me think like Realmuto's not getting any younger. He's getting older. He's not even putting together that great of a year at the plate. He's been okay. He's been average, and he's 31. So plus the universal DH, man. The universal DH is also kind of, limited that value as well for me at the catcher position because you're adding another bat. You're adding another bat to the offense. I don't know, everyone gets it now, but like, still, man, I kind of look at what Logan O'Hoppe's done in this past month in Reading, and it's great, but it also just reminds me of this JT Realmuto contract, and I don't love it. I still, at this point, it's been 3 years. Or I guess 2 years, 2020, right? Yeah, pandemic. I don't love it. And I love JT Realmuto, but I don't love it. It just is what it is. But you let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Logan O'Hoppe. Let me know what you think of the Phillies right now. They got destroyed by the D-backs today, 12-1. Here we are. We're sitting on Sunday, June 12th. Still 9-1 in the last 10 games. It's great to see this team performing at the rate they have been performing since Joe Girardi was fired. But you let me know. What do you think about catchers and their value today in Major League Baseball? Let me know what you think of JT Realmuto. Do you still think he's the best catcher in baseball? And does that matter all that much? Because you can be the best catcher in baseball at the least valuable position, on the field. So you let me know. I want to hear from you. Get at me on Twitter at Rojas_media_. Let me know on there. Give me a follow. All that stuff. I'll give you a follow back. Whatever. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.